How many of you pay taxes? Raise your hand. Thank you. And how many of you would prefer not to pay taxes? Raise your hand. Thank you. And how many of you know somebody who cheats on their taxes so they don't pay taxes? Raise your hand. Thank you. I'm Tom Wheelwright. I'm here to tell you today, you don't have to cheat in order to not pay taxes. Remember, there are 4 ways you can earn money. You can go to school and get a job and earn it as an employee. Or you can go to school, even more school, become a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, and be a specialist or a small entrepreneur. Or you can be a big entrepreneur, a big business owner. Or you can earn it as a professional investor, a true entrepreneur. Now, interestingly enough, as I travel around the world, and it doesn't matter if it's Santiago, Chile, if it's Sydney, Australia, if it's Johannesburg, South Africa, or San Francisco, California, what I find is the tax rates are approximately the same depending on how you earn your money. So on average, around the world, if you earn your money as an employee, you're going to pay about 40% in taxes. Now, if you're going to then become a specialist, get even more education, and earn your money as a specialist, small entrepreneur, you're actually going to pay even a higher tax rate, 60% on average. Now, as you move, if you can move over here to the big business owner, the big entrepreneur, you can actually reduce your tax rate to 20%. But here's the magic. If you can move down here to being a professional investor, a true entrepreneur, you can actually reduce your tax rates to 0. Now, let me give you an example of this. Here are a couple of high-profile people. You may recognize them in a couple of different of these quadrants of how they earn their money. Watch.
Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes
if
me
he's
smart.
paid 0.
Did you hear that? Because he's smart. Donald Trump pays 0 tax because he's smart. So why would anybody want to come over here and stop here? This is Hillary. Now, I'm not for Trump or Hillary. I'm just telling you, Hillary, she's an attorney. She's a smart attorney. She's in a 60% tax bracket. That's all she's ever known. Of course, she's in a high tax bracket. And of course, Trump is in a 0 tax bracket. In fact, it would absolutely shock me if Donald Trump paid any taxes. He would have to have the worst tax advisors on the planet to pay any taxes because he lives over here. Why in the world would you want to live over here and stay small when you can live over here and pay lower taxes and make even more money? Now, don't want to leave anybody out here, so think about who's over here. This is our Mr. Obama. Great guy. When he ran for president, he ran against a fellow by the name of Mitt Romney. Romney lives over here. Romney paid 13% tax. Obama, he said he paid 30% tax. It was actually pretty low for an employee. But Obama's only known employment. So if all you know is here or here, then of course you can't do it here. But if you can get over here, which is your job in EDP, is to move from here to here. And when you do that, you can pay zero taxes. If you're stuck in the E as an employee or self-employed, you're not going to be able to do it here. The people who can do it are the people who are willing to move over here and over here. And with the right team around you, with the right instruction around you, you don't have to be afraid of this. Because remember that the real purpose of the tax law in your country is to provide incentives to business owners and investors. It's the reason for the law in the first place. The law would be 3 pages if it weren't for that. There's no reason to fear as long as you do it legally. You get the education, you put the team around you, then the government is more than willing to be your partner. They'll contribute up to 40% for every investment you make. And it doesn't matter if it's real estate, energy, or business. Remember, the government wants you to create employment. So you partner with the government to create employment. And when you do that, the government gives you tax benefits. Or the government wants you to build real estate. They want you to build commercial properties. They want you to build residential properties. So they give you huge tax benefits. We call it depreciation or cost recovery. Huge tax benefits for building that real estate. See, the tax law is set up to help you become more wealthy, but you have to do what the government wants you to do. When you do, you make more money, you pay less tax, and you never have to lose sleep at night. Thank you.